to the ABA Barber Challenge. I'm your host, Palma, and she loves it. I've been absolutely blown away by the work done by our amazing contestants, and I'm having a great time getting to know our mentors. But before we get to this week's challenge, let's have a look at what's at stake for our contestants. The winning contestant for each week will receive some amazing products to help build their very own professional career. Besides being crowned the first ABA Barber Challenge champion, the winner will also receive one-on-one mentoring and over $15,000 worth in education and prizes from our fabulous sponsors. Once again, a big thank you to our sponsors and to the ABA for giving our contestants this wonderful opportunity. I can't believe we have already come to our final challenge. Our third and final challenge took the contestants into the future. Our contestants were each given the Elijah mannequin to show off their best futuristic look. Anything goes. This was the time for our contestants to really think outside the box and use all the tips and tricks they have learned in the competition so far and blow our mentors away. The final look must show off all the angles of the creation and will be judged on overall execution, overall fashion look, artistic workmanship, and level of difficulty. This is such a perfect final challenge. The submissions are in, and to keep the competition fair, the mentors judge the submissions anonymously. Let's find out what our fabulous mentors thought about the futuristic looks. Hello, mentors. Thank you so much for joining me. So I want to know what you guys think about the third challenge. Bradford, what did you think?
I thought the first look was extremely creative. I love the use of technique, blends of color, design, and then also taking that design going into the beard. I thought overall this contestant really took the challenge and went futuristic with it. It had splashes and thought processes of things that we've seen through movies, as well as really put their own stamp into what they feel men's grooming is going to move into in the future.
Zachary, tell me what you thought about the third challenge.
I thought the third challenge was a very unique concept. I think there was a lot of blending of or a variety of different techniques in the look. I think right down from the fade work to the color placement and the creative liquid type design that was done on one of the sides. I think that it showed a lot of elements of creativity, a lot of very kind of futuristic look to it. I think it was a nice use of wardrobe and accessories to the look as well. I think that overall, it did speak to a lot of kind of where the future of short hair is kind of going. And I thought it was a great look for the first competitor in the challenge.
Absolutely. I was loving the nose ring. I thought that was pretty cool. Benson, what did you think?
I think out of all the challenges so far, we're on the third challenge now. I gotta say that this one has got to be one of my favorite challenge actually, because we get to see a kind of a mixture of everything, So we can see a little bit of flair of stuff from the past, from the present, and then you can kind of like foreshadow how these looks will kind of turn into in the future. So contestant one, I thought there was a lot of effort in the creativity. I like the accessories that they put with like the nose rings and stuff like that. One critique that I could give though is that I wish there was a little bit more of like a blend on the beard. But other than that, I liked everything that they did, and I thought they did a good job at trying to put a creative spin to this challenge.
Okay, mentors, we're on to our second look. Benson, what did you think?
I really like this look because I really get to see. I know that ethnic hair is actually, a little bit difficult to work with because it's all about shape, balance, and symmetry. I loved the way that they kept a really nice shape where it was all full and circular, and then had the steps go into the afro. I thought that was really creative and especially on how they added color into it as well. The outfit overall was good. As we get deeper into the challenges, I see more and more effort and more components added to these haircuts in a very creative way. So I definitely liked how they did the afro and then put the steps in it to kind of put more of a dynamic feel to it. This is a look that I was definitely very fond of.
Yes, I loved it too. Zachary, what did you think of the look?
Yeah, I thought again another strong look for this third challenge. I think, like the competitor or judges have mentioned, all the competitors have done a really good job of stepping up their creative abilities here, and we can see it in all its forms in this last challenge here. But I think that this competitor here has done a nice job of using the texture given to them to play with on this mannequin. I think that there's strong attention to detail in terms of the shape, the overall shape of the haircut as well. And then adding in the color placement, I think it was just the right amount of color to really um, enhance the look. It didn't take away from it. Like anything, when we talk about color and cutting, it's nice when the color is really just enhancing the cut and the shape itself. So I think the placement was spot on. Um, I think that yeah, I think that overall, again, a very strong look. The use of the wardrobe. If there was one critique, it would be maybe just a little bit more, like a little bit something done to the beard a little bit more. I think it worked with the overall look, but I think that technically it could have been maybe added a little bit more of a unique element to it. But overall, very very strong look. I really enjoyed it.
Fantastic. Thank you, Zachary. Bradford, what did you think of the look?
Yeah, so for look two, I would say I really love the expanded shape. I love what they did with making movements within the expanded shape. As we know, within high texture, sometimes it's hard to create this shape that has a lot of movement. So the placements of color and just really getting that shape as expanded, but then making it perfect as far as the overall shape and the integrity of the shape blending within the movements and then also bringing it all the way down into the beard. I really enjoyed the color placement with the expanded shape thought process.
Okay, mentors, we're ready for the third look. Bradford, tell me what you thought of this look.
So yeah, look number three, I really enjoyed the fact that this contestant decided to take a step within the braids and taking that as a challenge, which is something that we do focus on within men's grooming, even though it's not always thought about throughout history and also going into the future. I can definitely see where this contestant took some inspiration and placements of color and really just made this look futuristic. So I enjoyed that and creating a look that had some braid elements to it, color elements to it, as well as barbering elements was a really smart idea.
Zachary, tell me, what did you think about this third look?
So this look, I believe this is the first time we're seeing any kind of element of braiding incorporated in the looks. So I think that was a very cool and very unique approach to the overall look and final of this particular category. So it's a good use of the hair texture. You know, it's a good use of creativity. Cool accessories within the look as well. You know, the makeup right down to the eyebrow detailing, as well as the color story. I think the color story was unique in terms of placement and usage. And it kind of made it look like a tie dye type of effect to the hair. So I think that was really really cool. Um, I believe there was an alien type shape in the back of the head using some color techniques, which is quite difficult to do. Um, but I would say, as a critique of that alien, I think that it would have been a little bit stronger if the haircut was just cropped a little bit tighter in the back nape area. I think that you would have had a better uh, or an easier time painting onto a canvas that was a little bit shorter. But overall, very cool, very futuristic look. Love the all the different elements into the incorporated with the look.
Yes, and I think Elijah is always ready for a party with that look. Benson, what did you think of his look?
I thought the look was great. It was like Zachary said, it was like the first time we've seen any braiding that was incorporated into the challenges. And then speaking of the braiding, I thought it was really impressive on the line work within the parting. I thought they made a really good job at keeping it symmetrical on the 360 view when we saw the top of the braid. All the partings and the braids were like very symmetrical. I thought that was good, and I love the use of color. The use of color made it, very very dynamic, and this this really gave me that futuristic kind of feel because with like the makeup on the face kind of gave me that like that Avatar. If you guys seen the movie like Avatar, it kind of gave me that kind of feel, especially with the glow sticks around the neck. I thought that was cool, and one critique I definitely would agree. What they did at the back, if the hairs were a little bit shorter, it would have been a lot easier to kind of put the color in and paint it on. But nonetheless, this was a strong look. I know braids are not easy to do. I can't do them myself, so I was impressed that they were able to incorporate the braids and the color and the barbering into this challenge.
Wonderful. Thanks, Benson. All right, here we are with the fourth look. Benson, tell me, what did you think of this look?
Out of all the looks in this last challenge so far, I gotta say that this fourth look is definitely one of my favorite looks. They did such a great job on the blending. The one of the most impressive things about this the fourth contestant is the blending that they put into the designs. It was actually really clean. And like we mentioned before on other mannequins, it's very on other challenges with the mannequins. I mean, it was very difficult, to get a smooth blend into a mannequin head. Contestant number four did a great job at that, and the design was done very well. The blends were very smooth, and the braids were very clean. So overall, this was my definitely my favorite look, and I'm actually excited to see who is responsible for this look because I want to know the artist behind this masterpiece. So good job.
Yes, that's my favorite part too, is finding out who's the mastermind,
Yeah,
the hair
exactly.
artist behind all of these creations. Bradford, tell me, what did you think of the fourth look?
All right, so look number four. This person really stepped outside of their thought process and took some color. I liked the mohawk with the color, and then you saw pops of color throughout the entire look. They decided to go in with some fades and adding some designs. I like the use of accessories. So, really well done, well executed look here with a full thought process that you could see moving throughout the entire image.
Zachary, tell me, what did you think of this fourth look?
I thought this fourth look was very, very strong. I think that, when we're looking at a kind of futuristic look, this kind of gave you that Mad Max type of feel. In terms of the actual work, I think that when you look at all the fading work and the design work that's done from the parietal ridge below, it's pretty spot on. It's very detailed. It's very, you can see the fading, you can see the line work. It's very precise. So great work there, but I think that what made the look even better is just the use of texture and different lengths. Obviously, that's the strip of color was placed just the right amount of color, but I think that there's so many elements going on that the reason why I thought it worked is although there's a lot of elements, none of them are overpowering each other, and they just work together to really create a very cohesive, strong look. So overall, I think this was a great, fantastic. You know, Ask of what the challenge was really kind of requesting from you. So I think you did a great job.
Thank you so much, Zachary. Okay, mentors, here we are with the final look of the third challenge. Bradford, tell me, what did you think of this look?
So the fifth look, like every one of the contestants, really did a great job of going futuristic with this and thinking what they're doing now and how they can see that evolve moving into the future. That expanded shape with the movements all going off to one side, bringing it all the way down into the beard with also that movement, adding some accessories with a little bit of pop, and then also the creation of designs throughout the entire image. Altogether, I would say this contestant really did think about it, create a look that you could see happening in the future with inspirations of the past. And I think to all the contestants' credits, they really took every tip that we used, every thought process, and took the past, the present, and then really put it into the future. So well job to all the contestants, and specifically contestant number five with this particular look.
Zachary, tell me, what did you think of this look?
Yeah, I think another very strong look. Personally, I love this look as well. I think that it shows off a great use of texture in the hair. I think that it shows a lot of different elements. So you go from the fading work that was done on one side of the head to the texture to the braid or to the longer pieces that are incorporated as well. I think, yeah, overall a very strong look. I think that my only critique would be maybe balance of proportions. I think that if you look at it straight on, although it's a stunning visual, I think that balance is important, and I think that it's quite one-sided heavy. That's my only critique. I thought the look was very unique. I thought it was very strong and very futuristic as well. Very cool.
Thanks, Zachary. Benson, what did you think of the fifth look?
The final look was really special actually because I really felt that go big or go home kind of feel. This is definitely, although the fourth look was my favorite. This is definitely the most eye catching to me. This is something where if I see a gentleman with this down the street, I'll be very curious as to the components of this haircut and how it came to be. I know Zach talked about balance, and I agree with him on how it was like one sided heavy. But I felt like, this is, I think that's kind of what made it like very futuristic because, stuff in the present and the past was like really more about like symmetry and balance and stuff like that. When we go into the future, I guess, this is kind of like going out of that realm and doing something like a little bit different from what we're used to seeing in present day and in the past. So I like that. I liked even how the beard was actually accommodating on which way the hair was falling. If I could give one critique though, I liked how they used the design. I just wish that the designs, like the areas of the design, wasn't so blocky. It was almost like little blocks of squares. I like the blending they put into it. I just wish it was a little bit more dynamic with the shapes. Maybe some blocky, some more rounded, but nonetheless, strong look. And they really went for that go big or go home kind of feel.
Awesome. Thank you so much, mentors. And I think we're ready for the finale now. We'll see you guys soon. Bye. Wow, I'm honestly speechless. Fantastic job done by everyone. Before we find out the winning look for this week's challenge, I had a chance to catch up with the contestants and talk to them about their futuristic inspirations. Hello, contestants, and congratulations to Francois for winning last week's challenge. Now, tell me a little bit about your third and final look for this week.
Moi, pour cette semaine, dans le fond, j'étais vraiment content quand j'ai vu que c'était une coupe cheveux afro. Premièrement parce que ma femme est d'origine africaine, donc ça vient vraiment me chercher quand c'est le temps de coiffer les cheveux afro. J'adore ça. Je trouve qu'il y a une multitude de choses qu'on peut faire avec les cheveux afro. Puis pour cette semaine, j'ai vraiment fait quelque chose qui est vraiment justement du futur, que j'ai vraiment inventé. Je me suis dit qu'il fallait faire quelque chose de vraiment différent, quelque chose qu'on n'a pas l'habitude de voir. Donc, j'ai vraiment laissé aller mon imagination. Puis, j'ai aussi, dans le fond, dans la chevelure, j'ai installé des rallonges capillaires de cheveux afro pour donner un peu plus de volume aux cheveux. Donc, je me suis servi un peu des techniques que je connais pour ça. Puis, j'ai aussi inséré des dreadlocks sur les côtés pour garder le style afro. Donc, j'ai vraiment du plaisir à faire cette coupe-là. Puis, en tout cas, j'espère que les jeux vont apprécier. Merci.
Merci, Francois.
Merci.
Hi, Mac. How are you this week?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Very good. So tell me about the look you gave Elijah this week.
So the future to me is going very digital. So I wanted to do in his beard some digital stencils. And with the hair, I did just a normal fade on one side. I did a super cool design on the other. And the inspiration was global warming. So I try to do waves in a different way, and I put different colors of blue throughout his roots. And I try to make it look as if a tsunami was arising on his head.
I loved it, Mac. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hi, Juan. How are you?
Good, I'm very good. Thank you.
Good. Now tell me a little bit about your futuristic look that you created this week.
Yeah, I believe in the future, human could be able to travel around the galaxy. May need to stay in the spaceship for a few weeks or even longer. So it's not easy to wash hair in the spaceship. So I think the braid will be the best option. I use some hair extension, metal wear, bead, and accessory on the beard to add some personality to Elijah. I also see the future hairstyle become even more of a way to represent who we are. So the sapphire blue and the galaxy on the back, the head, I drew it to show how much Elijah eager to travel to the galaxy. I left the top as a mohawk to still give Elijah an everyday grooming routine because he liked to groom his hair in the morning every day.
Fantastic. I love the creativity. Hey, Jordan, how are you?
Good, Palma. How are you?
Fantastic. Tell me a little bit about your futuristic look for Elijah.
So I always believe that in the future, we have to first look at the past and see what we want to apply. I already see this trend in some ways where you're seeing dimension and adjustments. And I think in the future, a lot of dimension is going to be in haircuts. So I wanted to create my modern take of a futuristic take of an afro with dimension in it, as well as with the beard. I created more of a sleek angle and very pointed beard, because again, I think it's about your representation while still hearkening to things of the past, because the trends are cyclical, so things are going to come back again and again, and we're just going to do a futuristic take on it each time.
Wonderful. Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you.
Hi, Emily. How are you doing this week?
I'm doing amazing, Palma. Thank you.
Awesome. Now listen, your Elijah looked like he was ready to go to a rave. Tell me about his look and why you thought that was going to be futuristic.
Well, when I think of the future, I think of flying cars and space travel. And it's the last challenge. I felt like partying. And when I think of parties, I think of raves. So my inspiration for this week was an aliens space themed rave party. I really wanted to do a very intricate braid design at the top because I find that braids are starting to come out in trend again. And I also wanted to do a low taper on the sides and the back so I could have more space to do coloring on the sides. And I decided to do a fun alien design at the back because why not? You know, when you're at a rave, you mostly stare at other people's back of the head. So I was like, I'm going to do something really funny at the back. And yeah, I went with that.
Oh, Emily, that was fantastic. I loved it. Elijah was there for the party and he's still raving as we speak. All of you have done such a fantastic job on this third look. The future is with us and I feel inspired to create as well and see what we could just step outside the box a little bit. Thank you to all of you. Well, it's that time and the scores have been tabulated. And the winner of our third challenge is contestant number 4, Wan Wu.
Woohoo! Thank you. Finally.
You have won a pair of Casio Ivory 6-inch straight scissors, a dark stag Camisari razor, and a Babyliss Pro Vibe FX massager, courtesy of Aurillac and Venus Beauty Supply. Total value of $900. Wow, a big congratulations to Juan. Make sure to visit abacanada.com/Barber Challenge to vote for your favorite look this week. I can't believe we're coming to the end of our first ABA Barber Challenge. Tune in next week, Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for a special episode where we will hear from the mentors and the contestants about the competition overall and recap some of the looks from our weekly challenges. Then don't miss our grand finale live on Tuesday, March 22nd at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, where we will crown our very first ABA Barber Challenge champion. See you all next week.